Hey, it's Josephine from the Pointe shop. I'm fitting in Southern California right now in our showroom. If you're around this area, you can always get an appointment here in Orange County in Santa Ana. So today we're gonna be fitting a second pair of pointe shoes. What we're looking at is stability. So we have our beautiful dancer here, and what we're working on is stability because we're thinking more for her safety than anything else. So sometimes I will put a dancer in a more unstable shoe so that we can strengthen her up a little bit. But because this is only her second pair of pointe shoes, I'm looking a little bit more for safety. And for this type of body, she's a little bit more flexible than she is strong. And when we're lacking a little bit more in the strength, then we have to be really careful. Okay, so can you stand up for me? This is the first pair that I'm looking at, and what a lot of pointe shoe fitters do is that we look for the prettiest shoe possible, right? But what that doesn't always do is give them what they need. And for this dancer, we're gonna need something that's a little bit more stable. You're gonna see this one's actually a prettier shoe than the shoe that I'm going to choose for her today, but I don't care that much about what it looks like right now. And press up on both feet. So you're gonna see how gorgeous her feet are. Her ankles are well aligned, straighten her knees all the way, very good. So she doesn't really need to bend her knees very much to get over. And she's actually a little bit hyperextended. So even though her ankles are pretty flexible, it's kind of harder for her to get over all the way on top of her box. But this one is doing very well. Cross it into fifth position for me. Very nice. And then beret. You may not be able to see it on camera very well, but she actually has a lot more lateral movement in her ankles in this shoe because one, the platform is really small, and it is even though this is not a soft shoe, this is a 3/4 shank shoe. So it's hard all the way up until this point right here, and it gets really soft. So it's not twisting and it looks really good, but it's not giving her as much support as like a full shank would be. So we're gonna take these off. What we're going to do is probably come back to the shoe because I think it's so pretty, but we don't have a show coming up. We don't have auditions coming up. We don't have a lot of things coming up right now. So the only thing I want her to be is safe and center. Okay, can you take those off for me? So we're gonna try a different shoe. All right. So that's really pretty, and it actually breaks my heart to not send her with those. But we're gonna try a more stable shoe, which means that it's gonna be harder all the way through until the end of the heel. And then, so it's a full shank, and then also it's a slightly wider platform. This is still a pretty tapered shoe. I will kind of assess their technique level and their strength before I even start doing pointe shoe fittings. Some dancers, I just want them to, I'm gonna make them really unstable because they can handle it. Their ankles are strong enough, but they're not flexible enough, so that I'm really making them work harder. For this dancer, it's a lot easier for her to get injured. So that's the first thing that we need to worry about. Bring your right foot up on point and then press up on both feet. Very good. Good. So you can see that the shoe is a little bit harder. So she isn't showing off that beautiful feet that she has, but that's okay because she's a lot more stable and there's not as much lateral movement in her ankles right now, so she's a lot more stable. So this is gonna help her do a lot more échappés on point. She's gonna be great on center. They're working on pirouettes right now on center. They're just getting onto center right now. And that requires a lot of stability because now for the first time, you're gonna be able to like turn on point. This isn't as pretty as the other one. This is much more safe. This is definitely what I'm looking for. If you are having trouble on point in terms of like rolling your ankles, or if you feel like you're not very stable on point, then I suggest that you probably should get a pointe shoe fitting for stability rather than just what it looks like. So thank you for watching. If you're having any issues on point, then leave it on the comments. Then I will talk about that in our next pointe shoe fitting. Thank you so much.